All right, so the fourth track on the EP is Dark Space.
Next to me.
And that one started as an Against the Clock, but this song specifically is the most meaningful and important to us, specifically because it's about a really, really, really great friend named Patrick.
Yeah, very close friend of mine for many, many years. We moved out here from Missouri together. Known them since high school. And yeah, this song kind of wrote itself. The very first verse is not edited like vocally. And I think
Right.
it's, as far as like the production goes, like very sparse what we did in the moment. And
Yeah, you can watch the Against the Clock on our YouTube channel here, and you can see it's exact.
Yeah,
the spur of the moment.
And in the moment, like didn't know like what the song was about until like afterwards. But also,
yeah, I think right after we like stopped the Against the Clock, you were like, I think this is about Patrick. Like you said it like that day.
Yeah. Well, and like we hadn't talked about. I mean, we've been, kind of gone through the circumstance together, but we hadn't really talked about that. And I was like, oh yeah, this actually. What this song's about now. So here we go. We went for a ride. We're still on that ride.
No, for real. I think for me, it was really kind of cathartic to use this song as a way to sort of grieve. And I feel like we got a little closer too through it because we were able to just like cry together in the studio about it. This song, like it's very emotional, even just thinking about it, just because like, oof. Like the second verse especially is what gets me every time because that one, like lyrically, is so specific. We use Patrick's voice in it. We sample, and you were really, really close with Patrick. Patrick actually introduced Lucia and I together, so we have this like really great.
We both
connection through all of that,
and we both remember the same moment we met, which was which doesn't always happen. Like a lot of times with people I'm close to, like we have different versions of how we met, and ours was like
I have photos of like the
Courtney Love drag tribute.
Yeah, I love that it was Patrick that brought us together, and this song I think really has brought us together even more. Just as friends, but also like musically, this is exactly the kind of music I've always wanted to make. So the way that it sounds, what it's about, it just feels so complete, in my opinion, as to like what I always wanted us to create together. And the fact that at its core, it's like about someone who, is really important. It just makes it all the better.
Yeah. And for me, it's like really, like, I feel like, well, I already loved you anyways, but then like just say, like throughout the whole process of this song from like where it kind of started, and then like this was probably like the most time spent on like production and like, and you were extremely like careful and like took so much time on just every sound, every like vocal, like selecting every vocal take, and also like keeping in like some of the originals that we had talked about that happened in the moment, because we're like, these parts are very important, and then where do we go from here, and developing it. But it was, I would imagine, I think like just from how much we talked about it and the time you spent on it, like production wise, the most time that Austin spent on a track, but also like from my end, just like hearing like how much time and like care was put into like every detail, was it for me, like, and kind of like even like solidifying like what we already knew was like here from the second we started doing. I mean, from the second we met, because every time I saw you, I always like just felt really good being around you. But then the second we started talking music, I was like, okay, like, so like just like these like connecting links, and like that like really just like for me like solidified everything, and and that's all.
No, well, thank you for saying that. I think this song, I really did. I mean, for the entire EP, we've been saying like a lot of the phrases, like just kind of like not overproducing it, but also staying out of the way and letting the song kind of like the song, in my opinion, songs will always kind of tell you what they're supposed to be. You know, like that. It's fun to experiment and try to figure things out. But this song, I feel like there was always a vision for it, because it kind of was like, it felt kind of fully realized really quickly. And so the minute we brought the Voyager in again on this one, that really completely shapes the entire sound of it all. It just, you know, we were able to bring in some really cool like drum sounds. Like you hear these like kind of cool like distant sort of kind of ghostly sounds and clappings and like whatever it is. There's some really cool stuff, specifically in the second verse, that like all Voyager, a lot of the cool like really underwatery sounds, like everything, that's all Voyager. The minute we brought that in, it just like everything locked into place really, really well. And then the minute we get Lucia's vocals on it, the second verse, every time, I always know when I've mixed something and made the right decisions, because I get such a visceral response. And second verse with Lucia's vocals in there, with the angels help, or, you know, can the angels help me now? All that stuff. The minute I got everything in its right place, I just, you know, started bawling again. I was like, oh, I think we have it here. And I always remember I send Lucia voice messages like, oh my God, I can't wait for you to listen to this new version. Like, and yeah, I'm so happy with it. This song it's so gorgeous, but it's also like really fun to play live too. And, you know, it has just like a fun little roller coaster, in my opinion. And it's just so special. And it's all because of Patrick.